Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my white room. Now today I have watched the movie Hobo with a Shotgun. This is a movie that came out in 2011 sometime. It actually kind of became a cult classic in many senses of the word. I've heard about this movie for a few years now. Never really seen any footage of it, and I watched it today. So getting right into it, just to let you guys know, I'll be talking about the ending to the film after the credits to this video, so stay tuned for that if you have watched Hobo with a Shotgun and you want to see my thoughts on the ending. The main actor of this movie is Rutger Hauer. I think that's how you say his name, I'm not certain. He plays the hobo. We have no other name for him besides that, and he does a really good job in this movie. I was really impressed by how well he played the character. I thought this was just kind of gonna be just like an action hobo kind of just shooting up the streets, kind of like taking justice. In a sense it is that movie, but in other senses it does have something of an emotional tie. There are character developments and other things like that. In terms of how he plays his character, he did a really nice job with it. The other main character in the movie is a woman named Abby, who is played by Molly Dunsworth, and she also does a really nice job. She plays a hooker, or a prostitute I guess, in this city, and they kind of meet up at one point, and yeah, I won't get too much more into it until the plot sequence, but she plays kind of a sidekick, and she also does a really nice job in the film. I haven't really heard of either of these actors before. I thought I recognized both of them, but when I looked at the films and stuff that they had been in, I didn't see anything that I had seen. So, but yeah, they're both really good actors, and they both do a really nice job. Now, the main villain in the film is a guy named Drake, and he's played by Brian Downey. He isn't in the film a whole lot, but in the parts that he is in, he does a decent job. He wasn't exactly my favorite part of the movie. Like I said, he wasn't in it a huge amount until maybe the end part. For the most part, he does do a good job. Obviously, there are some other characters in the film, but those are the main three characters that the movie kind of deals with. Now, getting into the plot sequence, it basically starts out with this hobo. He rides into this town that is essentially under a crime lord. Murder is just kind of a daily occurrence. People are just kind of taken off the streets, and they will just be killed in the most gruesome of ways. You figure this out right away. The opening sequence when the guy is in town, and he is introduced to these evil characters, is they're taking their uncle, putting his head over a pothole, and then decapitating him. And that right there, you know this movie is going to be gory and gruesome as all hell. So if you if you don't like blood and gore and all that stuff, and you can't really do it, don't watch this movie, because you will not last through the first half hour. Because there are some disturbing images in this film, and I myself, who have seen all the Saw movies and been fine and everything like that, there were some cringing moments throughout the movie. But he gets into this town, and eventually he just gets fed up with all the crime. He cannot believe that this stuff is going on in this town. He ends up with a shotgun, and he kind of goes on a vigilante justice spree. How he meets up with Abby is he sees her in a potential rape scenario. He saves her, and then she gives him her bed to sleep in for the night, and they kind of become friends through that sense. But overall, the movie is actually pretty well done. I was honestly really surprised at how good it was, because I was not expecting to enjoy it immensely. I thought that it was just gonna be just kind of a film that was going to be kind of just a shoot 'em up. It actually does have a decent plot. It has decent characters. There's some surprises here and there that I wasn't really expecting it to do. Just overall, pretty good film. My only gripe would be at the just kind of quick ending. Like, something happens and then it's just done. The credits just start rolling on the screen. And I was a little disappointed on that. I would have liked some sort of a resolution, but besides that, I thought it was pretty good. I'll be talking about that a little bit more after the credits to the video, like I said before. But yeah, in terms of enjoyment, if you can't tell already, I actually really enjoyed this film. I definitely recommend it if you can handle blood and gore at some of the extreme levels that this movie has. And yeah, that's about it. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And once again, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching. And if you're still watching, you are here to see my thoughts on the ending to Hobo with a Shotgun. Now, I'll be talking about essentially the last half hour of the film. We have the hobo who's been taken by, I think they're called the Plague. I wasn't sure, but I think that's what they were called. These two heavily armored guys thrown into the hospital where Abby's being treated, and just start killing the staff. That was one thing which was really interesting to look at, is the fact that some of these people have just grown up with the idea that they can just kind of do what they want. They can kill who they want. Drugs are okay. That's the society that they've grown up in. And then there are some decent human beings, like these doctors, who are trying to do some good, and they just get killed for it. And that happens throughout the whole film. And so they end up taking the hobo, and then Abby, she just arms herself up. She breaks into the pawn shop. She somehow has all this experience with tools, and she can like modify a shotgun and like make a lawnmower shield and everything like that. So I'm like, you must have had some sort of experience or training. You might not be a teacher, but you have to have had some sort of experience doing this type of stuff before. They take him to this arena type of place, and they're about to give him the pothole treatment, like with the guy at the beginning of the movie. And of course, Abby shows up. She threatens to kill the guy's last son. He kills his son, and she gets taken, and she is being pressed into the lawnmower. I almost thought they were actually going to kill her that way. No, but her hand, it just gets mangled. Eventually there's just a bone sticking out with skin. She's just screaming. I thought it was a very creative way to take out Drake, in the sense that with the bone that's sticking out, just kind of like a dagger, she just starts stabbing him with it, and I just thought that was kind of a cool way to go about it. Obviously, Hobo gets freed. Abby is injured. They kind of say their last goodbyes, and then he goes to finish off Drake, knowing that he will probably be killed. He confronts Drake, and then the police show up. They are surrounding him. They have him at gunpoint, and then just everybody who Abby was able to talk to with her speech just comes around with guns, and they basically hold up the police. And kind of shows that this guy has made an impact on the city. People have grown to care about him, and they see that he's trying to do good, and they kind of side with him. But he does take out Drake, and then the cops do shoot him up as they are getting shot up by the crowd. And then we see him fall dead with the shotgun in his hand, and that's where the credits start rolling. That was the part that kind of annoyed me, is that we didn't get to see a resolution. We didn't get to see if the city rebuilt itself. We didn't get to see if Abby got out and if she went into teaching or mechanical work or whatever she wanted to do, or a lawn mowing business or whatever. So that part annoyed me a little bit. Maybe I was just expecting too much from this film. But the film surprised me. Like I said before, it had a plot, it had character development, it had actually developed characters, and so yeah, I really enjoyed the film. So that's kind of my thoughts on the ending to the film. I did like the movie as a whole, if you can't tell already, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. Yeah, that's about it. As always, my good people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.